Good morning, everyone. Well, I'm sitting here today having gone to Moorfields Eye Hospital yesterday. I was diagnosed with glaucoma in January, and so I was told I had to take blocker drops in was mostly my right eye, although I've since found out that it's likely to be developing in my left eye as well. And so in January, I was faced with the fact that I'd have to be taking beta blocker drops in my eye, possibly in both eyes, and it would be for the rest of my life, which was quite a shock to me because I don't want to be taking medication, and the side effects of beta blockers are not great. People have to take beta blockers for high blood pressure, and I didn't really face the fact that at sort of just over 50 years old, there I am taking beta blockers for the rest of my life. So it wasn't a happy situation for me, but not much I could do about it because there are need for medication. There are times when we need to have medication for situations and for certain symptoms, and for me there was a need to take it because otherwise glaucoma can cause blindness, and that's certainly not something I'd want to develop. But I started looking into this and investigating it, and I was aware of a laser procedure, and I didn't know that much about it. I was aware of a laser procedure called trabeculecuplasty, I think it is. It's a laser procedure, but effectively it's there to try and clear, it's to help with the meshwork around the eyes where fluid has to drain away. Well, glaucoma is about a build-up of pressure in the eyes where fluid is either developing too much fluid or the fluid isn't able to drain away, and that in turn puts pressure on the optic nerve at the back of the eye. And so the eye drops are there to reduce the pressure in the eye, but it doesn't affect the build-up of fluid. So the laser surgery is there to try and help drain the fluid away. And I found a paper from a fantastic consultant in London at Moorfields Eye Hospital where he'd proven how successful his laser treatment is in managing this glaucoma situation without the need for eye drops as well. So I investigated this, and that's where I went yesterday, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's going to be successful, and therefore I won't need to take any beta blocker eye drops in my eyes at all, because what we've done is sort of get to the root cause of the problem. The root cause is the fluid in my eyes doesn't drain away, and by having this surgery the fluid can now hopefully drain away in my eyes and will negate the need to take beta blocker eye drops, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that's going to be the situation. But I just wanted to link this back to what I do also as an individual. So people often say, well, what's a nutritional therapist? Am I just advising people on diets? What's the difference between a nutritional therapist, a nutritionist, a dietitian? Well, nutritional therapist, and particularly my training as a naturopath as well, is looking for the root cause to problems, looking for the root cause to symptoms, looking at a range of symptoms and seeing if there's any overlapping reasons why there may be these symptoms occurring. And that's what we're trained to do. So I'm not saying there won't ever be a need for people to take medication, but certainly wouldn't it be great if we reduce the need to take medication for situations or help people alleviate and overcome symptoms that they may have. For example, people often say to me, oh, well, I think I've got a food intolerance. Shall I do testing to find out about food intolerance, which can be really quite expensive? And my answer always to clients is, rather than go down the route of food intolerance testing and then the result is taking foods out of the diet, shouldn't be forever, but often people are taking food groups out of their diet forever. Investigate through a consultation and taking a case history, I can often find out that actually it's down to poor digestion, and we can support digestion, and there can be supplements out there that help support digestion in a very natural way, may not be needed for long term, that therefore can help you digest that food, and therefore you don't actually have an intolerance to the food. Another example, say for example you may have low levels of iron. Well, there are many compounds in foods that can inhibit the uptake of minerals, particularly things like iron, into the bloodstream from the gut. These mineral inhibitors, phytates, oxalic acid, tannic acid, things like that, they can inhibit the uptake of minerals like iron into the gut. So when I look at a client's diet, I can see and identify if there are high levels of things like that in somebody's diet, and therefore it may be very simply reducing levels of those foods or not eating certain things at the same time of eating other things that can make all the difference. So just a couple of examples for you. So I'll leave it there for today, and wish me the best of luck that my surgery is going to be successful. Amazingly, I've got my contact lenses in today. I don't need any painkillers. Modern technology really is quite remarkable. So I hope you all have a great day.